Well, well, well. I guess it's gonna be me and you, Potty Mouth Mama. JK, I have like a little intro song and all this kind of stuff that I've been working on, but I don't have it ready to go on a StreamYard broadcast. But I do have it. I do have it. I gotta work it up, girl. Gotta work it up. Coming in cold. Hey, Christy. Happy holidays, girl. I hope you are doing good. Potty Mouth Mama, Christy. Listen, I haven't been live in over a month for a bloody good reason. And if people don't know why, read the chats, girl. Read the chats. Hey, Brian. What's up, Brian St. John? Sending love from work. From work. Oh. Okay, Brian, get back to work, says Potty Mouth Mama. I'm glad you're working, Brian. I'm glad that you are out there working, being productive. I'm trying to do what I can to contribute around these dumps. Philly cheese pizza for break. Ew, that sounds disgusting. That's not Italian, is it? Hey, Sin, what's shaking, bacon? You been staying out of trouble, girl? Y'all scare me where I see you guys going. You scare me. Girl, baby needs a diaper. Yeah, baby needs diapers and milk. I'm doing all right, Sin. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? I'm hanging in. Oh, shut your face. That sounds good. I got shredded in the chat. So I haven't had anything at all to say for like a good month. Okay. And if you guys don't know why, look around. Where have you been? It's disgusting. But on a side note, there's good news in the bad news. I think there are still good people in this community. All four of you in here right now. Anyway, I'm just joking. There's more than four. I wanted to see if a couple people listen. I don't know who's live because I don't subscribe to most people anymore because they're gross, disgusting. So I don't know anybody's schedule. I do know, and I think I am subscribed. I think there might be someone live that I am subscribed to, and I just lost track of time. So, but most of the channel, like the bigger people or whatever, I can't even hate watch anybody anymore. It's so gross. Hey, Sally. Also, you guys love me so much, and you dropped my PayPal, but I'm gonna skip this stream because I want to talk to people who actually don't have a channel, that might need some help, and that may not otherwise have access to the information. I don't know how, but there seem to be people that may be struggling right now with like basic needs, which believe me is no shock to me the way things have been. But without going into too much detail, I got myself into a situation. I lost my job in April. Okay. And I've been working full time since I was 13 years old, supporting myself since I was 16 years old. And so for me to be that person that's like, oh, wow, there's a pandemic. Cool. Let me go try to figure out how to get a job when, the competition is freaking stiff. And also, let me figure out how to support living in a very expensive place. So what happens to us proud MFers is we get screwed and we get in trouble because we're afraid to ask for help, right? Not afraid. It's more like, I would much rather be working than filling out a form. But let me just tell you, I will say that I got some pressure relief by some information I want to share with everybody in the community that cares about it today. Okay. And I'm sorry that you did sin in March. I remember you had a fat job too. So that being said, yeah, where you live is exceptionally expensive. Struggle, don't even begin to explain it. You got that right, Christy. So that being said, there is a lack of look, our economy hasn't completely opened up, okay? And I don't care who thinks it has. I don't care if you wear a mask, you don't wear a mask, if you want to breathe in your breath and, because you think you're doing a service to others or yourself or whatever. That's all good. I'm not here to have that discussion. What I am here to talk about is the fact that because I'm sorry, they did this. I didn't do this. Eritrea, you don't have an expensive place. You live in an expensive area. Yeah, I do. I live in an exceptionally expensive area. Thank you, Speak Truth with Love. But yeah, I have a cheap place for where I live, to be honest. But that being said, the extended unemployment has pushed me into a situation where for the first time in a really long time, I had to say, okay, screw it. I need help. I need some help. And I didn't cause the pandemic. I didn't give anybody COVID. I didn't test positive for COVID. I didn't go out and spread propaganda for or against COVID. I have nothing to do with COVID. So you have to remember that this has nothing to do with COVID. It's not your fault, okay? We didn't cause this. And regardless of what you think it is or how it behaves, we are affected no matter what. We are affected. So the deal is that in a lot of states, unemployment is running out the 26th of December, mofos. Whether you want to believe it or not, it is. They might extend it, okay? They might. But I can't count on might. So, fortunately, I happen to be friends with someone who owns properties, and they hooked me up with some information. And I didn't know it at the time, but counties, cities, via the federal government through the CARES Act 1 has been given allotted a certain amount of money that has to be appropriated towards local spending. Basically, it is stimulus, right? Because it's additional money that you might qualify for depending on your income. So if you have been affected by COVID, aka you can't work, aka you're on unemployment, I'm saying also known as, but yeah, I'm not that dumb. So in other words, you've been disenfranchised in some way. There are grants out there, regardless as to whether or not this happened to you because of COVID. There are utility assistance programs. There are food programs, all these things. Some of them are between $300 and $600 for your utilities. In the States, they're not saying, oh, your rent is $1,200. Boo-hoo. What they're saying is, if you meet the income guidelines, the income restriction, right? Which is usually you can make up to 80% of the median low income rate. So 80% of the median income and still qualify this. I'm making it very, very convoluted and very complicated, but it's not. The form is a little complicated because you have to fill out a form usually, and then you have to have your landlord complete the form as well and tell how much money you're in arrears. And that's kind of it. You have to prove income. They may ask you for a copy of your bank statement. But you can scan it to them. You can fax it to them. You can walk it to their Dropbox or their office if they're open. And what will happen is hopefully they will respond to you. And the reason why they're being so responsive right now is because if they don't spend this money on you, they will lose it. Yes, Christy, of course. Absolutely. This whole thing will be left up. And thank you, Brian. That's very sweet of you. I'm hoping that people will find some usefulness in the information I'm giving out because it applies to everybody that is of a certain means. It doesn't matter why you're disenfranchised. It doesn't matter why you're impoverished. If you're making less than this certain amount of money, you qualify, and people are getting their rent paid for up to 6 months. I can personally attest to 5 that I know of, or that is in a promissory letter. So that could mean that, let's say you're 5 months behind on your rent, they will catch you up. They catch you up, or they will help you catch up. Like some of them I've seen say you have to spend 30% of your income towards rent, and they'll cover the other 70%, if that makes sense. It can be a little daunting, but most of these agencies have community resource leaders, and they are people that will interview and screen you. They won't just throw paperwork at you. Most of them are staffed. And the reason why is because if they don't spend the money, they have to send it back to the Fed. And it's billions of dollars. At least a couple $1 billion. I know our state did one round of funding, and then they just put out an additional $20 million. That $20 million is going to fund the whole county that I live in. So it is first come, first served here. I know in King County, where Seattle, the city of Seattle is, it's a terrible situation because it's a lottery. And that's why I'm live, Brian. That's exactly why I'm live. I've been seeing a few people talking about this. And I don't think that, I'm sorry, when I went homeless because I couldn't make my rent a few years ago, a few people sending me a PayPal wouldn't have done shit. But this is different. This will save your ass, because what's happening right now is there are eviction moratoriums in place. Nobody at the moment can be evicted legally. So let's say my landlord decided to come to my door and say, hey, guess what, bitch, you're out. They have to give me a reason other than non-payment for evicting me, right? So because if they go before a judge to try to file an eviction subpoena, the judge will not allow it to go through until after the moratorium is lifted, which is the end of this month. It's the eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance is in place until the end of this month. So what I wanted to say really quick, that link in the chat right now on Stream Elements that says LA Late Rent Grant Volunteers, that's a YouTube channel. And he does big channel building based on stimulus and things like this. I mean, it is ad nauseum stuff like, oh, so-and-so this and so-and-so that. I can see you guys. But if you go to that community tab, he has direct links, okay, for their Instagram. These are community volunteers on YouTube that are helping people in all 50 states in order to get rent grants. So if, let's say, you're struggling and you happen to live in Baltimore, Maryland, and you haven't been able to find a program, these people know where to find it. And also, I have something in here for HUD, but it's not posting. Now, the Housing and Urban Development is HUD. Okay. Take care, Brian. Thank you so much for coming by, and God bless you. Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. Okay, so there it is. HUD's eviction program by state. Okay. This right here is what you care about, because the eviction prevention, eviction moratorium, and mortgage forbearance means that a landlord right now cannot come to you and have you removed legally from your home for non-payment of rent. They just can't do it. So, hi, Gingerlocks mom. Good to see you. So even if you haven't been able to make your rent, they cannot throw you out right now for non-payment. Will that change in January? Yeah. If the state, meaning the Fed, doesn't put a new eviction moratorium in place to take over for January 1st, absolutely it can happen. But if you go get a rent grant right now to catch up your arrears, they're going to be evicting you without a basis of non-payment in January. Do you see what I'm saying? So even if you're in trouble, this will buy you time through the beginning of the year. I'm just saying, because I know I had to humble myself and do this thing myself. Hi, Michelle. And so there's that. And then also, listen, we should be paying our rent normally, right? But people this year, high crime canary, people this year have been struggling. People are unemployed. They're below the poverty level, or, like 80% median income is all we needed to, is all we really needed to qualify out here. But that being said, I'm sorry, PayPal, PayPal is great for like getting some French fries or, like a hit and run. But the Amazon wish list and this type of information is a really, really good way for people to have a more sustainable, realistic strategy for help. These governments have thousands. I know just my little area got a few million, and I was in the line. And it is, a lot of these places are first come, first serve. A lot of them are lotteries. So let's say you live in downtown Los Angeles, I guarantee you that's going to be a lottery. But there are religious organizations right now that are kicking in, like Catholic Charities is running it in some places in Kentucky and things like that. A couple of the states have come in with stimulus. Not Arizona, sorry. I was watching the election thing too much. Colorado and New Mexico both have unleashed stimulus plans. Alaska has unleashed something for their most in need, because they see the Fed not doing anything, right? So I do think that the federal government is going to extend unemployment benefits. I do believe they're going to have to extend the eviction moratorium, eviction prevention, and the mortgage forbearance. However, in the meantime, the states have this money. If they don't use it, they lose it. They lose it. They lose it. They lose it. So there's no reason for any of you that meet the income requirements not to go get it. I saw Remy type in a chat today that 211 was a valuable resource, and that is true. I don't think she said those words, but 211 can help you sometimes. If 211 cannot help you, the United Way can help you. Catholic Charities can help you. Go to your city and your state and your county and just search rent help, rent assistance, and then your county, rent assistance, and then your city, rent assistance, and then you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, we shouldn't be generous and give, PayPals and try to help people out. People are in trouble right now. I totally relate. But what I'm saying is, if let's say I'm behind in my rent $5,000, this can save your ass. And so I hope that anybody who is struggling in any way could maybe say, you know what, if I didn't have to pay this $3,000 of rent that I owe, I could have Christmas. Maybe you get a rent grant right now that pays that $3,000 to your landlord, however much it is. There's your Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So it's there at the local level. If they don't use it, they lose it. And I had hoped that I could go live about this and maybe attract a few more people. Because it's something that I have to talk about. Going back and forth in a chat can be hard for me. And I can go live again and talk about it because I didn't realize BTS was live. I just realized it. I'm sorry. So, yeah, there's that. So yeah, if anybody had any specific state questions for me, please ask me. If you don't, and you do later, because maybe you know someone, maybe it's not you that has the issue that's going on right now. Maybe it's your, God forbid, brother or sister or friend or, cousin's ex-wife's niece's ex-boyfriend. I don't know. But whoever it is, okay, they're going to be very, very grateful to you if they end up getting, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 of their rent paid and forgiven, and they can get out of trouble. Please do what, Christy? Sorry, I got to shake my water. I put some devil's flavoring in my water and I'm in trouble. I can't help it. This this cherry pomegranate is the shiz. Yeah. I don't want to make this a sob story about me because I was able to apply for a grant. I don't know. I haven't gotten I did get part of one though. And, sometimes these agencies can be not helpful at all. But if you really stay on top of it, If there's any delay whatsoever, I promise you the money is there. It's just a matter of finding it. That's why I wanted to try to make myself a resource to anybody who may need help finding it. Yeah, I hope so too. I know it's not really a water enhancer, it's more of a poison. Dude, what am I going to do? Before you know it, it's going to be me and you hopping in a circle, eating crackers and drinking freaking reverse osmosis water. I hope people that need to know the information would be here too, but I don't know that they necessarily are subscribed to me. And so if you know someone, okay, that is in need of information, they can go to these links first, the United Way and the HUD link, right? And if they get stuck, they can go here to the LA Late Rent Grant Volunteers. Now, on his community page right now, you have to scroll down a little bit in order to get to where the links are for the Instagram DM. These are people who will walk you through getting help. These are people who are dedicating their time for free. No worries, Christy. They will walk you through this for free, okay? They're getting no money. They just know how bad it hurts to be screwed. Pugs, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. She says the Salvation Army will do emergency rent payments. Let us know where you have seen this happen. I can speak to a couple of states. I know that Catholic Charities is helping in California, Kentucky. I think they're helping. I don't know where else. I don't want to say Utah. Let's not get into that. But I know that they are helping around the country. And in all honesty, they have been, some of these organizations like Salvation Army have been put in charge of money that needs to be spent. It needs to be spent. If it's not spent, it has to be paid back. So there's absolutely no reason for any of you who meet the financial requirements to not take advantage of it. And listen, we should all be planning that this crapola is not going anywhere anytime soon. We should be thinking about the next freaking 10 years of our life. Sorry, that's the reality that we're in. And come talk to me in 9 years and tell me I was right. Eritrea, make it a premiere live, then people get informed early. What does that mean, Sally Spencer? What do you mean by that? A premiere live? I can premiere a recording, but yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Sally. Hey, Clary, how are you? I can't see the chat. You guys, I'm so rusty. It's painful. Something weird happened, by the way. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can see my chat. It's catching up. Okay. I hate looking at StreamYard chat. Okay. So I can do that. I mean, if you just want me to do a recording and make it a premiere, I can do that. You can, and you're not, you can come on Panner and ruin it. You're such a dork. I didn't know. I didn't know. And I'm sorry, I didn't know that BTS was live. I don't always get notifications, and I apologize. I'm not raising money for anyone here. I know she is trying to do something nice for someone. People just told me. I didn't know. So I'm not going to apologize for being live while she is because I obviously don't pull her numbers. But what I will say is that if you catch this on the replay and you need help, I can do another live about it. Yes, you can come up and ruin whatever you want. Potty Mouth Mama, I know you wouldn't ruin it. So, but I did want to take questions, so that makes me a little bit upset. But that's okay. if people have questions, there are volunteers there that will help them. Now, the one piece of advice I will give you is please don't go to any of these people and say, "Oh, Eritrea said you can help me with rent money." No, you're going to go to that community page, find someone, right, through the Instagram link, and say, I need help in this state. But please only do that after you've gone to the other links and maybe even called 211 to see. And that's what you're going to tell the people when you make the phone call. That's what you're going to write on your anything that you fill out. You're going to say, I need help with my rent. I need help paying for utilities. I need help paying for food. Whatever it is of those three things, in particular, rent, I know. Rent, I know. And you want to make it as plain and as easy for them to understand as possible. Oh, this is a person calling for rent assistance, not, my dog has three legs and I only have one eye and my medicine costs 12,000 a month. I need help paying rent. And if you have to be very simple with these people. So I don't know if I'm making sense, but I got 2 thumbs down trying to do a good deed. Thanks, guys. Bring it. Give me more. I need the interaction. I haven't been live in over a month. And 2 people want to make sure people get evicted. Good job, bitches. This is why this community is in the situation it's in right now. I'm sorry to say it for everybody involved, but the community itself is in this situation because people are stupid. People are absolutely dumb. Not everybody, obviously. Of course, Christy. As soon as I start seeing people are in that much trouble, I can't I can't not talk about it. California is doing business grants of 25,000, but I'm not a business, says Sin. So that's very interesting because yeah, I think Newsom wants to put something forward with if you are what is it, a 1099 independent contractor. I think they call it Class C down there, which I thought was a commercial driver's license, but what do I know? And they're trying to give small business loans. The thing is the SBA is probably going to ramp up their grant program again. So, and as a matter of fact, I think you can easily with one employee get $10,000. So let's say you started driving for Uber or Lyft and you become disenfranchised. As a result of COVID, you would qualify for $10,000 per employee. That has been something that's been in place. It's a emergency emergency impact disaster loan, and that's been in place for the whole year, basically since March. But that didn't go so smoothly. LA Late, that channel can help you with EIDL as well. Absolutely, that dude. Look, he's a big clickbaiter. He he talks a lot of hot air. But if you want information on without the negativity of how to get access to the program that will help you, that dude is the dude. And I'm sure a lot of people listen to him. He's gotten over 330,000 subscribers since April. So, um, he knows how to build a channel. I can criticize people all day long, but man, they are all doing so well. So there's a need for it and it's worthwhile. And I see people writing in his chat every day too that they're getting evicted. They've been evicted. And it's because a lot of times people don't know. Let me tell you a story. I'm gonna pull a truth. The truth. Where are you? It's gonna be story time. So if you don't have a chair, go get one because it's very stupid. I lived in this place in Seattle that was ridiculous. And every month they wanted the rent taken to their office by hand in a money order. Uh-oh. Oh, oh my God, hang on. I have a guest.
I just want to see how bad the clicking is.
Okay, you're on my speaker now. Hang on. Okay, now you're in my ears. What's up, girl?
What's up?
Listen, I'll tell my story and I'll tell you how bad your clicking is.
Go ahead.
It's pretty bad. But anyway. So I'm living in this hellhole, okay? But I was grateful to have a hellhole because everybody needs let the audience tell you how bad it is. If it's not, I don't. They might not hear it as much, because they didn't hear Sally's as bad as I heard Sally's, so it's probably okay. Unmute, girl. Okay. No, she won't do it now. Damn it. So I'm living in this hellhole, but I'm grateful to have a hellhole because there's a pillow and a bed in it, okay? And they demand that the rent be taken there, and it has to be a money order, and it has to be whatever date. I think it was by the 5th, which is normal. You usually get like 5 days to pay your rent wherever, 3 days sometimes. Anyway, so I was working, and it took me an hour and a half to get the bus all the way from Microsoft campus back to where I lived, or what, it wasn't Microsoft, but over by there. So I'm coming back, and they're like, your rent isn't here. I'm like, yeah, because I mailed it like the day it was due, right? Fast forward to the date that they want it, which is like the 5th. I had mailed it a few days before, and it came back in my mail because it didn't have like the right unit number or something on it. And they immediately filed an eviction. Immediately. And I'm going to tell you, I was like, oh no. Yeah. Oh no, you don't. So I took copies of everything. I always had copies of everything from this place. And so I called them. I said, look, here's the check. If they refused to cash it because they were going to take me to court. And I said, okay, well, I'll see you guys in court. I'm telling you, like 20, 30 minutes later, the dude and his lawyer were on the phone. And they're like, what do you want? I said, I want you to cash my rent check and fuck off. Like, you have no case. Let's go to court if you don't want to take the check. So they're like, hang on, put me on mute a minute. And he goes, you really have to understand that everybody says the check's in the mail. It never is. I'm like, but I sent you pictures. I said, so when we go to see the judge, I'm going to show the judge where I sent you pictures. I'm going to show the judge the postmark. I'm going to show the judge the date I bought your money order. And you know what they did? They cashed the effing money order. That's what they did. And so if somebody is telling you right now that you're being evicted, you need to tell them you will see them in court, and you need to go get rent assistance right now before it's gone, because it is there and it is a lot of money. Okay. Yep. Take me to court. See you in court.
Why does speak truth always have to be mean to me?
Well, I don't think she was calling you the devil.
No, she said my name was stupid. It's not.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, your StreamYard name, because she doesn't like water enhancer. She feels like they actually devalue the water. She doesn't want you to add anything to the water. She wants you only to remove things from it.
That's some valuable water right there.
I know. Nita!
Okay. I just wanted to check my clicking noise.
How is it?
I think it sounds horrible. So
Well, let's ask the memes in the chat. How does the potty mouth mama's noise sound? Is it loud?
It's so bad. I can hear it.
Do you think anybody's going to get anything out of this today? I mean, seriously, I did not know BTS was live until after I went live.
I hope so.
Trisha, she's going to come over here and whip my ass. What do you think you're doing?
See, the clicking is horrible.
Clary says, listen, Clary says she sounds okay, and Clary is the pickiest about sound. Remember on Sally's live? She said the sound is horrendous. Okay, you're low, but they hear you. They hear you clicking.
Click, click, click.
I wonder why that happens to people's phones. Okay, so listen, we need to get you some earbuds, don't we?
I'm gonna make an Amazon wish list with just.
Yep.
No,
well, I mean, hey, did you not?
I'm kidding.
Did you not make an Amazon wish list?
No, girl.
I don't understand why. Actually, you know what I did? I put all of the links in my bot in case I had a turnout. So okay, now she hears you clicking. Okay, now they're saying you're annoying.
I love it so much. All right.
And they said you're clicking more than usual.
I'm going to get off your banner before I run.
Okay. All right. We love you. Thank you for
I hate
being
you, sweet
here.
trooper love.
Whatever. She loves you anyway. She don't care. She's just being honest because she's crazy. Michelle says, I didn't notice the clicking till y'all pointed it out. The clicking is annoying, not her. Okay. Christy wants to clarify that what was annoying was the clicking and not you, potty mouth mama. All right. So listen, you guys, I suck. I like never go live and I need to be going live more. I've just been busting my ass looking for a job. And it turns out it's a total waste of time because nobody's hiring right now. But I listen, I don't really feel that way. But in the meantime, I'm finding these things that could actually do some good for people. And it's a lot of money. It's not a PayPal. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys know, hey, Amber, if you guys know somebody that is under threat of eviction, please, please, please pass this along to them. I can go live about this again when another larger channel isn't live trying to actually help someone. And I'm sorry about that. I feel bad, but whatever. I feel worse for myself than anyone right now. And anybody in struggling. That's who I really feel bad for right now. Hey, Flower Power, what's up? I see you. Poor Flower Power. I see her around, like, not in the community, in huge chats, like news stories and shit. I think I saw her on a channel where the dude was losing his mind. I won't say. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy, right? She's like, oh my God. I see people from around here sometimes and I'm like, oh my goodness, I know them. I know that person. Thank you, Flower Power. That's sweet. Yeah, share it with anybody that needs it. It's not a ton of information, but if I can get a little bit of an audience, I would like to share that. I would like to answer questions if anybody has questions. And I thought about asking Diane if maybe I could come up and talk about it on her stream because she gets, hundreds of people or 1,000 people or whatever in her audience. And I know that I haven't been going live regularly enough to have an audience right now. And so, but I hate bugging Diane because she's been put through the fucking ringer lately by these ass hats. It's good to know when you're struggling. Yeah, it is because look, we're struggling. You know what I mean? My membership doesn't work. Really? Why not? I don't know. Let me see if I can find the stupid thing. I have a question. Where the F have you been? I messaged you. You totally should. Yeah, I do, Amber. I really want to. Listen, I also check this out, you guys. This is how much of a dork I am. I put every single one of her. I was trying to get a hold of her because I put all of her links in my bot. All of her the family links, I put them all in the bot. And I didn't realize it's because Jen we had access to the list. And, Jen was gracious enough to share that. I was like, why is everybody pasting this when we can bot it? And then once I put it in the bot, I was like, holy hell, I bet my chat's let's see if it slams. Let's see if it just slams. I took my PayPal link and my membership link out because I wanted to make this about the eviction moratorium stuff. But I think I have a link to my membership. I thought it worked. Okay, I'll drop that because that's not e-baggy. Okay, I'm not worried. I just look, all I need is a good 5 or 10 minutes to talk. I just want to explain it in 1 minute or less, and then I can answer any questions, and then she can cut me after 5-10 minutes. Let me see if this works. Does that work, Clary? Thank you. Thank you, Sally. It's because she's on an iPhone. See, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. 5, 10 minutes. I don't need a lot of time unless they want to, I can try to answer questions. What I more can do is direct people towards resources because it's thousands of dollars. It's not like in my case, it's thousands of dollars because my rent is almost $1,200 a month. So they didn't even blink an eye at how much my rent is. What they looked at is the situation of my income because it's drastically changed. And they didn't even care if it was, yeah, I think it's supposed to take you to my channel and give you a join thingy, but I don't know how that works, right? Oh, why does iPhone do that to people? I have no clue how to do it. I thought, oh, because Apple needs yeah, Apple has to guarantee every purchase because they are so, oh, I see. Okay. So that's the join. I found it, I guess. Did I find it? I left my live. Okay, where am I? I was so focused. I even had tabs open and shit. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna act professional. You guys want to give me an opinion about something? I'm high maintenance. Oh, nah. Does that work? It says join. I don't know what it means. You're not on Apple. Thank you, Nada, for not being on Nada. For not being on, oh, thank you, Potty Mouth. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I don't know. I've been really bad about the membership thing. I suck. I know. Um, but oh, thank you, Clary. Thank you, Potty Mouth. Yay. Clary became a sponsor. You see that word? Sponsor? When you join someone's membership, you are sponsoring their behavior. Remember that. And it applies to me. Applies to everyone. But yeah, 5 minutes, I could say my spiel and be done. And I won't even talk about how shitty this place is lately. Because it's actually been pretty shitty for a long time. I know I need to update emojis too. Chrissy A, let me see. I want to give your comment the attention it deserves. Let me find you. Okay. Christy A says, a lady here just got a grant to start a business just helping people. She helps disabled and elderly people find things like rent assistance and food. I also live in a smaller town. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, there's stuff out there that people don't necessarily know about. These are more kind of well known about. Clary is in. Thank you so much, Clary. That's sweet. But yeah, I would be happy to help anybody who's once I'm telling you, man, once you get behind on rent, it is hard. It is probably the absolute worst. Like with your mortgage would be the same thing. Like your living expense, paying for the home that you live in has always to me been my number one priority over everything else. I mean, everything else. And I've even ended up homeless before. So my compassion for anybody worried about that is huge. I can't help it. I don't care who they are. I just can't help it. Look at that. My bot is going to work, bruh. If I was an immigrant, I could get help with my county. You know what? If you qualify, if you meet the income requirements, you should be able to get help in your state. So what I've been telling people is what I'm hearing from the experts on this is you have to look at the state, you have to look at the county, and you have to look at the city. And if you run out of resources through those three avenues, you have to go to Catholic Charities. you have to go to United Way. And then I don't know about California, but where I live is a small area. I was actually able to get a hold of my state representative, which I'm sorry, I don't believe in the system that we have. I know what these people are doing, and I'm not going to talk about it here, but it's messed up. Okay. They're not on our side. And, but still, they have to at least put forth enough effort to justify their position. So whether you agree with me or not, we both know that, or we all know, they only put in, most people only put in as much effort as required to keep their stupid job when you have that kind of a crappy situation. So they did, they got on it. And I'm telling you, if I was able to obtain assistance, uh, anybody can get assistance. And yes, I do qualify for it. If you live in a village, there is a township, parish, the sheriff. These are the people that you know. They know, you know? Actually, I had a weird situation where I was told to go to the county. So I went to the county and I was told by the head of a rental association to go to the county. So I went to the county and the county had me all set up. And then they were like, oh, dang, you need to go to the city. So I went to the city. I jumped through the hoops with the city. And then they were like, oops, you got to fill out this paperwork. So I filled out the other paperwork, which also your landlord has to fill that out too. I filled that out. We submitted and they ran out of money. Well, guess what? The county went and asked the state for more money. And I was watching the governor's website like a hawk. People should be looking at the governor's website for what their current funding is. They have to talk about this stuff. And so they'll tell you, I'm requesting X mil, or I'm pushing X amount of money into this program or that program. And it's a lot of it does have to do with small business and paycheck protection. But if they don't spend the money they got from the Fed, which is CARES Act 1 money, the states have to send it back. And they don't want to. They don't want to because they want to hold on to as much of this money as possible for next year's budget. That's how a budget works. If you don't use it, you lose it. So you can't claim that as an expense next year. And believe you me, these states want to have as much expense put back on the Fed as they possibly can. And that's just how it works. If things don't work out for me by December 30th, I'll be moving into the orphanage that Kiki Ramblings lives. Really, Christy? Wow. Should I get a Southern accent, you guys? Would I be more popular if I was from the South? I might be from the South soon, by the way. Look at that. Look at the bot, you guys. I didn't turn those on initially because I knew I wouldn't have that many people in here and I didn't want to flood the chat. Come on down. Yeah, I think so. You know what? I would like to move to a legal state, but I don't see that happening. It's so expensive out here right now. These people are trying to kill us. These people are trying to kill us. Putting this delicious stuff in my water. So, yeah, I mean, basically, that's all I had to talk about. It is. It is a bot, and it works awesome. Yep, it is, Amber. I would love to have a Southern accent. People from the South sound like when they talk, they don't have to struggle as much as I do. It just comes out naturally. It's not worth it, says Amber K. They'll pay your rent. Then if you can find, look, you just have to find the agency that is issuing the rent grant in your area. They'll pay your rent. They don't care. No, you don't. People make fun of us. See, that's one thing whenever I was imitating, like I imitated Analyzer for a couple minutes on Diane's once. And the one thing I didn't want people to think is I was making fun of Southern people because there's so many people from the South around here. We love people from the South. People from the South don't necessarily love people from the North, but I don't think well, at least the people out here we don't hate Southern people. Like there's no discrimination on that. That's ridiculous. Can you imagine somebody saying, "Oh yeah, that guy's Southern. He's stupid." Like I'm sure there are people that think like that, but who wants to associate with that person? Being from California, you have an accent. Shut up. You do not sound like you could be from anywhere. You sound like you're from California. I don't really have that much of an accent, but you don't. Listen, actually, I'm giving Sin shit. Um, Sin, I don't know if I noticed your accent, probably because I'm from the same place. Amber, I don't hear much of an accent from you, only on certain words. But people think you sound exactly like Speak Truth with Love, and I don't think you do at all. You guys are very distinct sounding. Flower Power says people know where I'm from as soon as I open my mouth. I like that. If I've been drinking, the twang is strong, she says. Potty Mouth Mama says, I can tell what parish people are from just by that. Really? Wow. Nada says, I don't think people can hear their own accent. I don't have one, but some. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. We all do. Oh my gosh. Clary says, I think Speak Truth with Love and LaDonna, Texas sound alike. What? I don't hear that at all. That's interesting one. Wendy V said several ignorant things today. What? Oh no. Now what is she doing over? Was she drunk or imbibing? She gets lit. Her and Blue Topaz get all lit on their stream, right? Alabama. In Georgia, you get made fun of for being an Alabama person. Are you an Alabama-in? All right, listen. I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't know anything about Wendy V. I know she makes good clip videos. We all do have an accent. Clary, you're right. You're right. Also, no one has contacted me about doing games. You know who you are. Flower Power says, I'm totally Southern. Okay, y'all. Christy, me too. I sound just like I'm from the hills of Kentucky. When I go places, they look like I have two heads when I talk. Can I be Southern, like an honorary Southern person for one day? Yeah, we don't hate Southern. I don't. I love Southern accent, especially if I can imitate it. Because, imitation is the best form of flattery. All right, listen. Don't be fooled. If you know someone's in need, please help them. Daniel Bishop has the best accent. He sure does. And you do the best impersonation, Clary. You applied to 47 jobs yesterday. God bless you for being able to find 47 jobs to apply to, girl. I love American accents. They're awesome. See? You think we have an accent. We know you have an accent. Career Builder has a nifty feature. Actually, I paid for a service called, what the hell is it called? And I'm sorry, it kind of sucks, by the way, because, well, okay, what doesn't suck about it is the jobs are real jobs, right? But they're very specialized. So you cannot play a numbers game like that, like applying to 47 jobs. It won't happen. They're very, very selective. So the jobs that you get, you're probably going to get an interview for them. So that's the beauty of it. When you do apply, you're probably going to get a call or you'll at least get some sort of response, as opposed to going out like on ZipRecruiter, Monster, I don't know, Indeed is great. but there's so many scams. I got an email today, somebody offering, telling me that they're trying to get my $1,200 payment to me so that I can start my job, which is just a scammer emailing me from a job board, knowing that people got direct payments of $1,200 in the United States. And it just irks me because we just had kind of a few of us had a conversation privately about this the other day about how easily people are getting scammed right now. Because the number of scams since COVID has blossomed into an unbelievable number. And all of these people that, where you'll get a message saying your iCloud has been corrupted and your iPhone's been hacked. And if you don't go to Best Buy right now or Walmart and buy $350 worth of iTunes cards, scratch it off, and give them the codes, they are going to not be able to repair your phone, which is under warranty. If anybody does that, do not believe them. They're lying. They are just trying to get your money. Flower Power, gotta run. Have great days, ladies. You too. You have a great days too, Flower Power. You're awesome. I will see you around. I see her watching the news. Potty Mouth Mama says, I have bought 243 extended warranties for my car. You have not, girl. But those are real too. Listen, we really do need to get Potty Mouth Mama some earbud. Like, yeah, I need to get you some earbuds. When they say your iCloud's been corrupted, they want your nudes. They want your nudes and they want your money invested into iTunes so they can get the code and then go screw you. Oh my God. Your iCloud has been corrupted. It's code for I want your nudes. Who knew this? Not me. Yeah, so I have information. I don't know if anybody wants it, I know people need it, or at least I'm reading in the chat that people need it. And so I have a tendency at times to like, if I see something where I think that I can be helpful, I like to try to be helpful. And I know that a lot of people in this community are doing that right now. And so thank you to whoever, I think BTS is trying to help someone out right now. Thank you. And God bless her for doing that. Um, and then also, I know Uber, I was just in her live before I came live. I know Uber is doing a Santa Claus thing over on D Live. And she's got a real professional, I don't know who the lady is. I guess it's one of her YouTube friends, but the woman should be doing voiceover work. She could be on frickin' PBS, bruh. The way that she enunciates her words and explains things is like I'm hearing somebody talking on a children's show. It's so epic. She's beautiful. And they're going to do Secret Santa, where the kid can get a shout out from Santa Claus. You can use just their initial or just their first name or whatever you feel comfortable with. She's going to do letters from the North Pole. Uber Goober is a great person. She's going to be on YouTube and D Live. Diane's channel is giving out $2,500 in freaking gift cards for people, and all of these lists that she's helping people get out there. So, I mean, I don't think we could ask for more. Yeah, we have some gross people, but you know what? They don't matter. We're not paying attention to that right now. And I think that we can, I know there's a lot of stuff out there right now that we can't change, but if we could just focus on the things that we could change, I think things could get a little bit better. Who has the voice? I don't know her name. They said her name on Uber's Live, but if you go listen to Uber's Live from earlier today on her channel, she plays a video and it's the lady talking on the video. I don't want to say the wrong name. Do you see how annoying the links are when nobody's chatting? Well, not nobody, but when hardly anybody's chatting. Just keep putting it out there, girl. People will find your videos. It won't matter. Share everything you find. Yes, Nina, I'm gonna try to do that. I think it would be nice to do that, if, we could do that just real quick on Diane's. I know Amber's helping me out with that. But yeah, if you guys have questions again, I'm just gonna run through this real quick, and then I'm gonna dip, and I'll come on a live again about it. But real quick, the first place you want to check, listen, you want to go Google rent assistance in your city, Google rent assistance in your county, Google rent assistance in your state. If that doesn't provide you with some resources there, then you need to start looking at Catholic Charities rent assistance in your state, United Way rent assistance in your state. You also need to be going to your utilities, your electricity, natural gas providers, water providers, trash pickup, these people. I understand they have grants also. And from what I hear, people are getting anywhere from $300 to $600 in credit on their account so that they don't have to worry about being cold in the winter. Okay. They don't have to worry about their trash not getting picked up because they're disenfranchised. This is money that the Fed has already paid to the locale, or whatever you want to call it. Local government has to dish this out. If they don't do it, they're going to lose it. So, and in some instances, these, religious and charitable organizations, 501(c)s, are actually the ones doling out the money. So get on it. If you have questions, you can leave a comment in the video here. Also, a very good resource is LA Late's community tab. If you go to youtube.com/LA Late/community, scroll down a little bit. I also have the link in here popping around. And go scroll down a little bit. You'll see community volunteers. These are people doing this for free in their own free time to try to assist you on getting assistance in your local area. So that's it. That's all I have right now. Thank you guys so much. If I can help you in any way, please leave a comment in the chat. I'll do my best. Otherwise, Merry Christmas. Hopefully I'll be back soon. Thank you, Potty Mouth Mama. Thank you, Clary, for joining my membership. I appreciate that. And yeah, I will, if nobody has a question for me, I'll talk to you guys later. Anyone? No one? Anyone? Okay. All right, you guys. I hope you have a happy, love you too, Clary. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. And I think Diane's live tonight with Ladies Night, hopefully. If she did it. There's the link. LA Late Rent Grant Volunteers. Go there, scroll down, find where it says volunteers, and then click those links. Love you, Amber. Thank you so much. Hugs, you guys. I'll see you guys later. Be good. And if you can't be good at it. Bye.